Morning, morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday.
Get this party going.
Hey, you're louder than me.
You know, people tend to say my personality is louder than yours.
That's not a good thing.
Actually, it is.
No.
Good morning, everybody. Y'all ready to move it? Yes, we need some action up in here. Hey, if you don't know me, I see some new faces. My name is Verna. I am one of the assistant team leaders here at Keller Williams, and I'm happy to be and share this stage with Nimesh. Yes.
Yeah. The other. She's the other.
I'm gonna be nice to him because his birthday was yesterday, but after this week.
Really?
It's out. It's don't start. Don't start. Nimesh, did you want to introduce yourself or say anything?
No, you did great.
Okay, great. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it off with our bucket fills.
Who's got something good? Oh, I've got the mic today, so
get this moving. He grabbed the mic like he was about to lay some lyrics out there or something.
Who's got something good? Let's go. All right.
Good.
Here we go.
After knocking on 37 doors to find a listing, I got 2 callbacks. So
just 37 doors?
Wait, 37 doors for 2 callbacks? Dude, beat that conversion. Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Get it. That's a great way to start moving it.
Yeah.
Look at that movement.
Who else got something good?
Okay.
You don't even need a mic. What'd you?
Say something. I danced on stage with Jordan Knight, Donnie Wahlberg, Joe McIntyre, Dan, all of those
Any
guys.
proposals?
Yeah, I'm working on it still.
Okay.
Work in progress. Work in progress.
Another way of moving it. All right. Anybody else?
Oh, we have check online real quick. We might have something.
Oh yeah. Looks like one. I don't know. Can't tell. Just shout it out.
Yeah, let's go.
Good morning.
Oh, we missed Melissa. How nice. Oh,
We did miss you. Yeah.
Any more bucket fills? Come on, going once.
There we go. Hey, girl, don't be shy.
I have a listing I'm closing on Friday.
Yeah, congratulations. First of many.
10 months.
10 months.
But is that your first?
Good job.
Yay. Celebrating it. Absolutely. Oh, we have, do we
Should
have
we do some introductions?
Absolutely. Let's fill our bucket.
All right, let's start right here.
Yes. 4.
Good morning. My name is Roderick Hardy. I'm a new agent from Greenville, Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi.
When did you
Greenville, Mississippi.
I joined yesterday on No Man's
Awesome.
birthday.
Can we beat that? Can we beat that?
No, I can't beat that. He joined on my birthday, right? That would be joined on my birthday.
Here we go again. I should have never gave him the same.
My name is Greg Wise. I'm a new agent. I'm feeling welcome aboard, and I just joined yesterday on Nimesh's birthday, and I'm proud to be a member of K&W.
Oh, he stacked the meeting. Where's my folks?
That's how I roll. See?
He stacked the meeting. You're missing somebody over there at that table.
My name is James Roberts. Up from Needville.
Awesome.
Started last week. Yeah, just happy to be here.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to-
We got one more.
All right.
I'm also a new agent. My name is Thomas. Just starting.
Yep, he just started this morning. Joined this morning.
Oh, look at that. Oh, y'all got beat. He just started. He got on this morning.
Came on this morning.
Oh, look at that.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, we are definitely glad to be in business with all of you guys here, both virtually as well as present. So thank you so
All
much.
right. Let's move on to what's
move on.
coming up. Here we go. All we need to talk about is October 19th.
This is a Nimesh day.
This
I
is
should have
Nimesh
not
Day. Look at that.
even
I mean, what you
said
doing here?
yes.
That's a good deal. All right, what do we got coming up? All right, so tomorrow, October 19th, is my agent financials, right? It's all about building the back end of your business. We'll get into that in a second. October 21st, Israel's going to come up and talk about a contract to close workshop. Yes, October 21st is Saturday. Saturday, right? Saturday. All right. October 28th, again, do not forget about Trunk or Treat. It's one of our biggest events of the year that we throw. We're going to hear more about that. And just as a reminder, KW Family Reunion, our A national global convention is going to take place in February 2024 in Las Vegas. So we'll get you a little bit of info about that.
So
All right, you want to talk about this?
agents.
Oh.
So some of you may be thinking, well, Keller Williams convention costs too much. So we need to start getting you to work on your finances right now. So is there a class? Like my segue? Right. Is there a class that can help them work on, profitability and affordability?
What do you know? All right, so guys, no, being candid now. Tomorrow's session is something that we don't talk about nearly enough. All right, it's about how to build the back end of your business, running your business as a business, not just selling homes and getting your commission checks. When your commission checks come in, how are you supposed to disperse those funds? All right, we talk about business entities and banking and taxation, tax liabilities, all of that, building a budget. And yes, I said the B word. All right, building a budget, having a profit and loss statement. If these things are like, what the heck am I talking about? And I didn't even know that these things exist and I should be actually, focusing on these things, you need to be there tomorrow. Okay. There is a registration because it is a full day workshop. Lunch is going to be provided. That's why we need the numbers. There is a handful of seats still left.
There's barely
Okay?
anything
We're
left.
running
It's gonna be a
50
packed
deep
house.
already. So there's probably about maybe 10 to 15 of seats left maximum. So if you want to be in and you haven't registered yet, if you're in-house right now, there is a sheet on each table that you can scan the QR code. And then for you guys online, you see it on the screen there too. So again, tomorrow from 9 to 2:30, I do recommend if you want full-blown, all your information with you, encourage you to have your tax statement with you. Have some of your business expense lists out. If you haven't, then I would maybe create that this evening to bring with you. Credit card statements, bank statements, they'll only help in this workshop. Okay.
It's more than just for new agents. This is if you don't have your financial house in order, then you need to be in here. Okay.
Well, let's be transparent, right? Most agents, whether you're brand new or tenured agent, they usually don't follow this method. We're more in the practice of winging it, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Okay. All right, cool.
Awesome.
Well, that was
What's
a lot of
next?
time on that. Good deal.
All right.
Israel, you want to say a couple things
Israel.
about this?
Use this one.
Yeah, she's on.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? You
Well.
good? Yeah. Hey, by the way, that class, super important. When Tara and I went on our own in 2018, we were like, what are we doing? At the end of the year, we're like, yay, we kind of had a good year, So like financial wise, right? You're not accounting for stuff. You're just winging it. And then at the end of the year, you're like, wait, how much did I spend? Did I really hit my goal? Right? So it's just very important. Really quickly, this Saturday, contractor close. We had to move this class around a lot because we had a lot going on this month. So there is a QR code to register. I blasted it out to everyone as well. This is not just for PC. This is for anyone. This is a hands-on workshop where you will mock writing up an offer, running a CMA for a mock buyer, presenting it to the other side, which will be doing the listing, CMA, how to present an offer, negotiate the contract, all that. But I like actually mock role play it, right? Because some of y'all, when we get to the point of writing the offer, you're like, wait a minute, I took that class like a few weeks ago or maybe a month ago, like the Calibra class. We want you to practice this stuff too, right? So that way you're confident agents. You can explain these things to your clients as well. Be 10 to 1, not too long. But again, this will be an awesome hands-on workshop for you guys. Okay, cool. And then
Awesome.
make sure to register too
Saturday.
this Saturday. Yes. Cool. You're welcome.
For those
10
of
to
you
1.
who said I learn best by watching others, that's your opportunity to come watch and do. All right,
Yep,
what's
all right.
next?
Family
Family
reunion.
reunion.
All right, so we did cover most of this. Remember, family reunion is going to be in Las Vegas this coming year for family reunion 2024. It is February 25th through the 29th. All right. Make sure you have your round trip tickets because you guys are going to be broke by the time you come back, and then you got to come and sell more. No, I'm just kidding. More important note, the price right now, which is typically never this low, is $799. Usually family reunion post-COVID has started at $999.
Mhm.
This $799 price is only right now until October 31st, the end of the month. Then it's going to jump to $899. So if you have every intention of going, I suggest you get your ticket now, early. Okay. And what this also unlocks is your ability to book the hotel rooms that are blocked by KW. Now, with it being Vegas, the host hotel is Mandalay Bay. Last time I checked that you could still get 4 nights at Mandalay Bay. There's Luxor as well, which is right next door, connected by a hallway. And so you're never leaving the building. And, with it being Vegas and the amount of rooms they have, it's actually a bargain with the price point. I believe the Luxor is priced at only $75 per night. Okay, that is very cheap. Yeah, usually Family Arena hotel rooms are around the $200 per night ballpark. This is an Excalibur across the street, I think is 59 or something like that. So there you can really do family reunion on a budget in Vegas. Just don't hit the casinos. All right. And don't stay out after 10 like Israel. And miss your flight. Oh, yes. Do not book a 5:30 a.m. flight either, or whatever it was. Yeah. Well, in Vegas, you maybe could, because you can go.
All right.
All right. Oh, fun stuff.
Just letting you know again, if you don't already know, this market center is getting a facelift. And so we've seen some people already start taking heed with this and arranging their private rooms, getting rid of different things and taking stock of the items that you have. Not like we're going to take them. We're just going to move them for a second so we can get some painting done and the carpeting done as well. So we're going to upgrade. Nice little facelift. Take
Modernize it a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. It should be a lot of fun.
Right.
Big attraction. Also, if you have a office, time to clean it out.
Time to clean out. Okay, next. Next.
No, I know what happened. Norman happened. There we go.
Okay.
ALC minute.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Look
yeah.
at that. She just wanted to
Come on down.
come on down.
Like, move it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Of course, it's ALC minute, so it's just a minute, but we all know that it's the fourth quarter. We want to finish strong. The holidays are coming upon us, whether you celebrate or not. It's festive everywhere, shopping. So if you look on your desk, I gave everyone the 66-day challenge because that's what we're going to do to finish the fourth quarter strong. If you finish strong, of course, your first quarter will be amazing. We know that. So, of course, this is Gary Keller, my October book. I've read it already, but I took it back out, dusted off, because the one thing is, no, we heard of multitasking. Who likes to multitask? Well, there's no such thing. So there's no, I mean, multitasking is, it is a lie. And that's what Gary Keller says, not Tanya. Gary Keller says it. And I think he knows what he's doing. So on the 66-day challenge, what I challenge everybody to do is on that sheet, there's different categories, but we can choose business because that's what we're focused on right now. And as far as your contacts, I just say 10 contacts, you're going to call 10 people, live people. You're going to talk to 10 live people. I started small. If you're in bowl, we have 20 or 25 contacts per day. But if you're not doing 0, to jump to 20 may not be realistic for you to talk to that many people. So for 66 days, we know that builds a habit. You're going to talk to 10 people every single day. Whether you go to the mall, on the phone, who likes you door knock, you're going to talk to 10 people every day and mark it off. And post in KW Southwest in the group, the closed group, how you're doing, and we can make it fun. Everybody can do this. 66 days, I think, ends December 23rd. So you'll have it right before the holiday, but you're probably going to start seeing some contracts and lots of contracts, lots of listings. Of course, what is around you will either aim you towards your time blocking or pull you away. And that's just right in the one thing that Gary Keller says. And the one thing shows up time and time again, your lives are going to be successful because it's fundamental truth. So everybody, let's do this 66-day challenge together. 10 calls every single day till December 23rd and show me your results.
10 conversations. Let's do it.
Want to say something on this topic real quick though? So if we're talking about 2024, you guys know that our industry is like a 90-day cycle, right? So if you want to have a strong first quarter, the focus is now. Okay, that's why you're starting to see some of these things like agent financials and bold, right? Because you want to start building that pipeline now for a strong first quarter in 2024. If you start thinking about having a strong 2024 or a first quarter in January, that's way too late. Okay, building that pipeline starts now. I believe the stat that we utilize is to hit your goals, you should have about 15% of your goal under contract on January 1st. All right. Yes, Sapna Patel. Thanks for that look. Yes, that is true, right, Ms. Parker? I believe you go by that, right? 15% needs to be under contract on January 21st of your goal. All right. So agent financials, bold is a big one to start building that pipeline. We're putting all these these avenues in front of you to start having a strong 2024 and looking forward. Another one that's not on the schedule yet, and I know it looks light, and that's why I want to put it on your radar, is business planning clinic.
Yep.
That is another huge piece to building 2024. So just be on the lookout for that. It will show up in November. Okay, so there will be business planning clinics. So the minute you guys see that, make sure you're scheduling around that.
And don't forget to leverage the people who are here to help you. Schedule some meetings with them and have some one-on-ones to make something very unique to your business.
Yeah. Good deal. All right.
All right,
roll.
what's next? Oh, okay. PC
Yeah,
coach.
you didn't have enough already? Jeez. Oh, man. Yeah, you.
It's a
We
whole
told
sheet
you
of
to.
powder.
You know, oh, I should just stay up here. Oh,
We
it says it
told
now
you.
once the meeting goes.
They're trying to get me to run the meeting. I'm like, I'm good. Y'all run it. Hey, can I play the video?
Oh, yes.
I have a full video for you guys.
Hopefully, a
Get the
lot of y'all
energy
haven't
going.
seen it yet.
I saw it for the first time.
Really? Oh, yeah. They played it on the growth column.
Whether you just got in this industry or you've been in it for 30 years, you just got thrown a curve. You are going to have to be different. 1.6 million realtors, wake freaking up. Wake up.
Yeah, Keller Williams is a name, 40 years in the game. Ever since I made the jump, nothing's ever been the same. First I read Amourier, then I read the one thing. Gary Keller don't play, he the real estate king.
We got a challenge. Your goal is to be alive and be thriving on the other side. Yes or no?
Yeah. Keller Williams is a blessing. #1, no questions. Internationally recognized as best and progressing. Collaborating, connecting, helping out, that's the message. Mega campus in session, so shout out to Texas. KW's got what you need to reach success. Playbooks are all in your hand like a beverage. Win-win or no deal, we can't make exceptions. Only else we take is leads, listings, leverage. Think a million.
No, that's right.
Not a million. Then got a million. Think a million. Earn a million. Not a million. Then get a million. Yeah, Keller Williams is a name. 40 years in the game. Ever since I made the jump, nothing's ever been the same. First I read Amourier, then I read the one thing. Gary Keller don't play, he the real estate king.
Where is his market center?
Isn't that awesome? I produced that. I just saw that on my coaching call. I was like, oh, I gotta share that. I was like, where is it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where his market center. I think he's.
Gotta be like quarter.
Yeah, like.
It's okay. Oh, hold on. Keller wins.
Cut the mic.
No.
Anyways, I thought that was super cool. I wanted to share that with y'all.
We just had on recruitment
I
appointments.
know. I just heard that on my coaching call. I was like, I gotta share that with my peoples. All right. So anyways,
Good
PC
energy.
part of it, just really quickly, guys, some updates and a few things. So y'all heard about the workshop this Saturday. Please jump in that. Our donuts and dialogues on Tuesdays and Thursdays as a reminder. So I'm switching it up a little bit because people don't eat donuts apparently. And people don't like showing up.
Donuts. Hey, where's Dan Good?
And people don't show up at 9 o'clock. So it's coffee and conversations at 9:30 to 10. Like I'm giving you a 30-minute push, okay?
From the,
From Dialogue.
From Dialogue Coffee and Conversations.
no, that was from my team meeting. It was about coffee conversations. That's where you get,
That's right.
just say it was.
That's okay. I stole it. It's fine. So 9:30, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 to 10, just quick 30 minutes. We'll go over some dialogues. Right now we are focusing on exactly what you say, but also just on conversation. Sometimes we just talk about business, okay? But mainly focusing on the questions and dialogues part of it. What else? Those are Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 to 10. And it's on the calendar. Last quick thing, what am I missing? There was something. Last quick mention, for anyone for anyone in PC, but mostly dual career, we do have the evening recordings,
yeah.
modules available. So I blasted that out and I'll be sending more marketing information on that too. So these will be geared for mostly for part-time dual career agents, but again, anyone can access them. And they are self-paced webinar type recordings that you can take the Calibri classes as well, okay, as a supplement. Cool, I think that's it.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Thank you. Awesome. Hello, my name is Greg St. Ford. How's everybody doing today?
We warmed it up for you.
Man,
Oh, clicker.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
We warmed it up for you.
Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. My name is Greg. How's everyone doing? Awesome. So this past Saturday we had Shredding Hunger was very successful. So Kimber's gonna give us a quick recap on the event.
Yeah, y'all, it was awesome. Having 2 trucks gave us that ability to make people feel comfortable that they could show up early or show up late and they were going to be served by us. It was so smooth, and we've ironed out some wrinkles from the past that I'm so thrilled about. But what I loved saying is we've been kind of flatline, just barely going up number of people that show up and participate every year, and just under 100 and then just over 100. Last year was 125. This year was 180. 44% increase because
That was because of you.
everybody helped share it. Yeah, he gave us the tools to share it to the
Absolutely.
community. They heard us and they came. Our goal next year in April is to break the 200. And why is this important? We want them to know we're a community service oriented company. And this is a great way to do it. It's a win-win, which we know is big in our language here. The East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry received 1,970 pounds of food from our Shredding Hunger event and $1,087 cash donations, which is excellent. Both of those were up from past. And I loved seeing the volunteers that showed up were so engaged this time. Teresa stood out as I don't know if you know what we do, but when they show up, while we're getting them up to the donation truck first, of course, we want to have a conversation with these people. And the first thing is I trained her really quick. I said, just walk up and say, good morning. How'd you find out about this? It just opens the door to easy to talk to. We want to find out, did they see it on social media? Did they go on a website? Did they get an agent that got in contact with them? And we're keeping all that info because that's clues for success. Where you see you've got success, you want to do more. You know, if we've got 10% here, 50% here, go for the 50%. You know, that's working. What was our stats on that?
About 50% found out digitally, whether it's through Facebook or generally from the web. So that's you guys sharing the posts on social media, sending mass emails, like that. So that's a good deal.
Y'all get our story, tell our story, get that message out, and you could connect with it in their minds.
That gives you guys a gauge of how people are responding when you guys do your own events, right? So obviously this event is all collectively work together, but maybe you have your own idea of something you want to do, or you know, like, well, you got to be on the internet, right? Leveraging social media, maybe it's Eventbrite, maybe you're sending a mass email through command, things like that. We know those tools work for the office, so we know for sure it work for you as well.
Yeah, excellent. And so the other thing we're asking is, well, we kept a car count. That's how it helped us. What was it? I lost my thought. Oh, I'm a senior. I have the moment. The other cool thing is I stagger all the volunteer hours nicely so that nobody's there for more than 2 hours. We had people stay 3 shifts because they were having such a good time. You were one of them. And then in that interview process, we collect email addresses so that they can, and it's a simple ask. I feel like you got to practice what we consider a script, and it was so dynamic. We got what we wanted. I think we collected, again, almost 100 email addresses to add to our email blast newsletter system, which is, again, keeping Keller Williams our office in top of mind because they're hearing from us regularly. And a lot of people were returned because they got the blast from signing up in April. So it's really awesome.
Awesome.
Good job.
All
Thank
good.
you.
All good. And we got video.
Here we have a video. Hopefully. Is it gonna be on high res?
We're out here on this beautiful morning doing our Shredding Hunger event. We're shredding documents for those in the community, which benefits the East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry. It's an important event that we do a couple times a year. Come on out to of future events. We'd love to have you. And thank you for supporting this important organization.
And thank you, Teresa, for the voiceover. Now, Teresa was the voice of the event, so thank you for providing that. But yeah, this video is on YouTube. I'm putting on a closed Facebook group. It's gonna go on a newsletter, so all you guys are gonna see it. This is something you can share on your own newsletter. So if you want to send a recap of the event, we'll have the data and everything. You can share that to your database as well. So this is an easy way to touch your database. So that's for Shredding Hunger. The next one is gonna be April in 2024.
I encourage everybody to share the recap.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. Definitely.
Oh, you bet.
Well, trunk or treat, right? That's the 28th. You wanna?
28th,
Yeah.
Come
Come back again. Yeah,
You
yeah.
should have just did the meeting.
You can take it. So Trunk or Treat's coming up, guys, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. It's a huge event. How many people did we have last year for those? 1,200, okay. Y'all have all the resources. If you haven't signed up, we'll be doing one last blast. I mean, you can sign up until a couple of days before, but we'll blast that information out again. There's a couple QR codes everywhere. It's a great opportunity to market this event to your database, go door knock around it. It's super simple, inviting the community out to it and using it to not just lead generate, but also grow your database, right? That's a lot of fun too that day. So we'll have some food trucks, we'll have some music. We have a lot of vendors as well that be out there on top, besides our agents, okay? We have some agents that do some really, really cool trunks. Who's all signed up so far? By raise of hand. Okay, we got some people. I know some of you are new. We'll get y'all connected. If you have any questions whatsoever, just reach out to me. The next week I have a bunch of Halloween stuff at home. So I'll bring some stuff up here if anyone needs like some little decorations and stuff like that. There'll be some you can borrow, stuff you can have. But it's an awesome event. I highly encourage y'all to participate. Cool. And then you have some social media posts.
Yeah, and if you haven't posted, I mean, post the content for it. So we sent you guys content. If you're a new agent, you need the content for it, feel free to reach out to me or shoot this an email, team@agentmarketingdesk.com, as at no cost to create the content that you need to promote the event. If just remember, you gotta send a reminder to your database. So start thinking about scheduling that email or social media post so that way they get the additional reminder. Make the phone calls as well. So just call people that you know would be great to attend. Of course, you as an agent, whether you have a trunk or not, you should definitely show up and bring your family, right? So it's also a great experience for you and your family as well. So we come out in a big way. We're gonna have a photographer there taking photos, so professional photos, and we're also gonna have a video crew as well. So we're gonna, if you want to have appearance on one of these videos that we put out to the community, definitely come out in a big way. So this is just a photo for those who are new. This just shows like a little bit of the experience, but we have a video of last year's event on our YouTube channel as well. So you can use that as marketing material as well. So letting people know, hey, this is a big event. I think that video has like 1,000+ views. So it's been getting more views over the last couple of weeks as we get closer to the event. So leverage the material. I'll post it on a closed Facebook group just in case you don't have it. Last thing. So once again, we have a bunch of marketing services that we offer you guys. So everything from social media, door hangers, flyer design, website design, Facebook ads, etc. So the idea is to provide full service marketing for you guys. So that's a great experience for you. In the side here, I have some examples of like signs that we actually can create for you. Next week, we're gonna have like a big newsletter kind of giving more details around it. But basically, I have one of these aluminum 24x36 signs that we can create for you. We don't charge for design. So if you have your own branding, I forgot about that. If you have your own branding or so forth, we'll actually brand it. This just give you examples of the layouts. These are all aluminum style. And then we also have like open house signs.
That's what I was about to do.
We also have
this one.
open house signs for you. So those are aluminum signs for you. These are the plastic for open house signs because they're a lot cheaper. When we make the bigger announcement next week, it's gonna be the idea is to make sure that everything is done for you. So even everything from the sign to the sign posts, or if you have the smaller one, the frame, all of that will be prepared and delivered to this office. The reason why it's delivered to this office is so that you guys don't have to worry about shipping costs. So, right, just everything gets bulked and shipped here. No design fees, like I said. So we try to make this very seamless for you guys. So if you're a new agent and you say, hey, I need signs, I need a sign post, I need open house signs, I want it to match my business card, I want it to match my door hangers, I want it to match my logos, we could take all of that for you. So just kind of showing you just the new signs that we have and, more to come. Of course, if you want to just reach out to me and talk about marketing your strategy, whether it's direct mail campaign, social media campaign, feel free to, reach out to me and, we'll have a meeting to discuss everything. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you.
So funny. All right. Well, it's the tough one. All right. So, thank you, Greg. I guess you're just returning the favor, right? All right. Well, before we get started on today's content, we're a company that prides ourselves on our culture. More importantly, especially here at our office, we pride ourselves as a family. We are family. And this week we lost a family member, right? Say a few things about Tony.
Yeah, so Tony was definitely a bright spirit. She's been here for close to a decade. She was our family member for close to a decade. And recently we discovered that she had passed away. And I'm sure a lot of you, especially if you've been here for a while, y'all knew her. She had a way of just brightening up the room, bringing positivity and energy into any situation, regardless of what was going on in her life. So we would love to celebrate her life. The memorial is happening on this Friday. It starts from 8 a.m. to 9:45. And then right after will be the service from 10 a.m. And it's happening at 3401 Janetta Road. All this is posted on our closed Facebook group. We would love to show up and show out as they continue to discover what, actually happened. So if y'all knew her, come celebrate her. And even if you didn't, come learn who she was through the people who love her.
Absolutely. And in memory of her, if you guys don't mind, we'll like a moment of silence.
Please.
Please.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Thank you, guys. And in her honor, as I said, she loved to bring in joy and excitement into every situation. So we are going to jump into our topic and we're going to move it. All right. So how did this come about? What's happening in the market? Why are we looking at, this home is for sale, yet it's just sitting there, right?
Yeah. We're seeing some of this. We're seeing some of this quite a bit. Agents are coming up and looking to brainstorm how to move listings because days on market are increasing and it's getting increasingly challenging.
Absolutely. So we wanted to provide an opportunity to, one, review what we've learned from Shift, from MREA, from Calibre, and shift that into a think tank of some ideas that maybe you have not considered. So is that okay with you guys?
And we were talking about this yesterday, and before we even get into that, right? We were talking about how now we're into a skill-based market, 100%, right? Over if you joined the industry in the last 18 months to 2 years, it's been a go speed-based market. Put a sign in the yard, line out the door, don't even get to the open house on multiple. We were dealing more with the contract and execution side of the transaction, dealing with multiple offers and dissecting that, to now this is the work. This is the things that top agents did to sell listings. Like, hey, how can, we have a listing and how can we strategically sell it? This is being skilled and honing in on your skills to actually market and sell a property. And that it's very important now. And that's why
it's very critical.
Yeah.
And you really have to be a student of the game, because you really have to understand what's going on in this market. It's a little tricky, right? We are still in a seller's market, but it's behaving like a buyer's market.
Sure.
And you may think to yourself, well, there's still, not multiple offers. No, there are homes that are still receiving multiple offers. But what do you do when the home is not moving?
I'd love to get some feedback on that, right? So you said something about, I love the way you put it. You said, hey, I'm trying to remember again. You said that, hey, even though this is a seller's market, yet it's behaving like a buyer's market. So I'd like to turn to some of our listing agents, producers, veteran agents that are in this, tenured agents that are in this audience. Why would you feel like that's the case? even though we're in a seller's market, that it might be behaving like a buyer's market?
Share some of your experiences online as well.
Well, I thought you were about to say something. Were you? I know I'm putting y'all on the spot. Some of y'all that are in here. Okay, Vamshi, cool.
Vamshi.
All right.
I have a listing which is not moving. I had multiple listings. Most of them were fine with good offers, but there are few which are not moving at all. I am hosting a broker open house this Friday, hoping to get feedback from the other agents to see how I can move it. I mean, like I did renovation to the house, spent almost $40,000 to make it look up to date with the market and all that stuff, but still not much going on.
I
So
love that you brought that up, that you're doing a broker open, right? And you're bringing in colleagues to evaluate it. I would even encourage, and it's one of the tips, so we'll probably say it again, that you also just bring it in-house and have a conversation with some agents and look through what was the process, what did you go to, what does your marketing material look like, what have you been doing in those steps, and maybe they can brainstorm with you, or they will brainstorm with you other alternative ideas. But we'll jump into some more of that too. I love reviewing and coming up with creative, if y'all have not figured that out by now, creative ways to reposition your home and then relaunch it.
Sure. Yeah. You know, in some of these things, as we're trying to pinpoint why maybe the market is behaving in the manner it does, is yet, you know, sellers haven't come to the, you know, understanding that, hey, the market's not what it was 6 or 8 months ago even, right? And buyers, with the challenges they're facing with interest rates and et cetera, and higher expenses, inflation, are not willing to come to the prices that the sellers are expecting to get. And so we're kind of a bit at a conundrum until there's a bit of a stabilization and realization on both ends. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, now we got, look at that, I gave you enough time.
I feel with the market, like I got one right now that's a 227. And you know, that's a little market, you know, it's investor, they're selling.
Right.
So every time someone moves out of one of her properties, she's selling it. So my initial consultation with her was that you're in that market of a first-time home buyer, which is saying to me is that you're going to have buyers out there that's going to need money. So from the beginning, when I first did the listing agreement, I just went at her from the beginning that you're going to need to give 3% in closing costs. You're going to need to give this and this and this and this. I'm not taking the listing unless I get my sellers to understand that that's what they need to do, because based on this market out here and the buyers needing the money to either buy down the rate or do something, then that's what's going to help move that product off the market. So this listing she had on the market for 157 days through another agent. Now, you know, at 227, 230, it should have been gone, correct? Again, I don't know how I got her email. I do my email blast through Command. And I tell my girl to keep my email blast going through Command, just seeing who needs my help. So she called me and she said, hey, I think I need your help because I've been on the market and I just terminated because it was on the market 157 days. So at that point, I had to have that come to Jesus talk with her from the beginning. So when people reach out, just break it on down to them. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because when you sugarcoat it, she's already been on the market 157 days. So let's just go ahead and just break it down that this is what the market is like. This is what you're going to need to get it off the market.
I love that. You're setting the right expectations from the very beginning, but that requires that you need to know what to expect. Right? That's the premise before that, right? You have to understand what is expected. She understands that market at that 227 price point to understand the buyer, right? Who the potential person that's purchasing this house is going to be. And that's regardless of what price point you're in. You need to understand who is the potential person who will buy this house and what struggles or challenges or issues or desires do they have so that you can market straight to that buyer.
And she wanted to cut my commission too, because she's been on the market so long with the other agent. No, I didn't do that. I'm gonna give you service. I'm not gonna give you my money.
Absolutely.
Okay, so within a month, I had her under contract and we close her next week. So that's what I'm saying. You have to react to people out here and these sellers because they feel like they're not getting what they want because in 2021, it made such a big difference to everyone. So you're gonna have to really talk with them and sit down and just let them know
It still reigns
what's
true.
really going on.
Right.
And that's, that's one thing that agents need to do. So if you see houses out there and been on the market that long, and because it was totally remodeled, again, if they didn't set the expectations with her and let her know what she needs
What
to do.
adjustment she needed to make.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think Dale had something he was
Part
gonna
of the
say.
conversation could be. Part of the conversation could also be, though, with a resale, this is what new home builders are doing
Absolutely.
to attract buyers to those homes instead of the resale business. So if we're throwing all types of closing costs towards the transaction, if we're helping them buy down the interest rates, if they're adding all types of different incentives, that may be also another way to get a person to say right up front, just like Sharon said, here's what you can expect it to take in order to get your house to move.
I hope you guys are writing all of this information.
They all are. I
down
see them. I see them all
or
writing it down.
recording it, because part of this, we'll talk a little
Well, we're
later
recording.
also, that you're gonna tell a story, right? You're gonna tell a story, and part of your story, because MLS only allows you to do so many characters. And it doesn't quite convey that, what's necessary for that buyer, right? So with all of this information, you can take that to social media, you can take to various things. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, I know, me too. But
To make sure that you cover it.
well, and the fact I was already thinking that about the MLS, right? There's only certain, even with the character limit, there's also certain things we can and cannot say.
Absolutely.
Right. So how are we going to convey that message if we're offering some kind of, strategic financial benefits or any kind of, you're not allowed to put any of that stuff in there. So it gets kind of buried. This goes back to, Vamshi's comment, and what we're going to talk about a little bit is reaching out to agent.
Yes.
And, that's the best way to convey some of the incentives that we're laying in our listings.
Yeah, but we are getting ahead of ourselves. Okay.
Well,
So, but I love that. And it's almost like you were planned, right? Is setting the right expectations from the very beginning. We know only two things affect that house moving: price, condition. Location, yes. However, we can't do anything about that. These are fundamentals. So it's just price and condition. And you can push the lever on price to offset some of the condition, but knowing that condition is still a factor, what are you doing to compensate that, right? So that's something we're going to dive into a little bit more as well when we come up with some alternative things for you to do.
right. And then don't forget the simple math and shift. Either you're in the market or you're not, right? So and that could even be as little as $10,000. We see it in the activity, right? Do your research, run the numbers. You can see the activity going on listings or listings surrounding your listings in the area. And it could be, it could be crickets. And then a price adjustment, which we'll get into, can really have the floodgates open, because either
Absolutely.
you're in the market or you're not.
I love how you said, go look at what's going on with the listings. When it comes to conditions, go compare what's happening and show your sellers the pictures. Now, you may say, oh, my sellers don't have the money for this. So what do you do when that's the challenge, right? What was that, Keely from Free Model? So tap into other resources that allow, if there's enough equity in the home, if there's enough space and room, then companies like Free Model can go in there and they can do some renovations, very light based on what's on the budget, and get paid at closing, right? So what are the resources that are out there? You also need to go know that and have a running tally of lists. It could be CertaPro, right?
Yeah, maybe
So
you need to
who are
repaint the
vendors?
house.
Right.
Hey, guys.
If you have a situation where your home is a little older, the people have been there for quite a while, maybe the kids inherited that home, well, then don't add to the problem by not removing some of those stuff. If it needs to be bare, make it bare. Take the curtains off, take everything out so it's just a blank slate. And then use some digital marketing tools, like pay somebody to go insert some things to stage the home, because staging is becoming important yet again. So stage it via virtually or actually stage the home. You may have a whole warehouse full of items like Kimber does to stage the home. So these are just typical things that you would do, but don't miss out on it. Don't miss out on getting great photos. Don't miss
Very
out on it.
important.
I think people have become a little lax on videos. Don't miss out on shooting videos for the home. The videos that can go on the MLS, now they have the floor plan. That was a huge desired item. So put the floor plans on there if you can. I saw yours. You should have put it on the list. The floor plan, right? Feature, add that. HAR has that feature on there. So take advantage of what the features that are out there that MLS is already providing for you and the office is providing for you.
You can add drone work to that, right?
Drone work,
shots.
absolutely.
Now, again, you want to be very mindful of your listing when you have drone shots, right? If you have power lines in the back, you may not necessarily want drone shots, right? Our goal is to attract us, right? What's our goal as a listing agent? Yes, to sell the house is easy to say, right? But our goal is to attract as many consumers as we can to the product, which will in turn have a better chance of selling the house, right? So you want to always bring positive light to your listing. So if you have power lines in the back, okay, there's nothing avoiding that. But now if you're going to highlight that in a drone, well, you're not going to be sure if that consumer is going to love that house so much if they show up that they won't mind the power lines, right?
Absolutely.
Yet if they see it just off a picture, they may not even come.
I'm gonna get to you, LaDonna. I saw your thing up there. I was gonna
Yes,
say
be very strategic. Yeah, we're not duping anybody. Just be very strategic about it,
part
right?
of that strategy is go door knocking. Ask the neighbors why, who comes and lives here. What's the scoop? Find out the tea about the neighborhood, and jot these things down. If you can't get any neighbor to talk to you, I don't see how not. But if they're not going to share their own information, ask them about their own neighbors. They like talking about their
Or just
neighbors.
send Robin.
Or send Robin. But you can also go to RPR resources, right? And you can find out some information. Who are the typical people who live here? What's the demographic? So that you can build your story around that demographic. And your story should repeat itself on the MLS, on any video that you do, on any of the marketing material that you send out, on any of your posts that you do within social media. It should be the same story being shared over and over again. This is helping to build that anticipation for the home when hitting the market, or if it's been on the market, being relaunched. Okay. All right. How much time we have? Let's get into what you could do.
Yep.
Y'all okay with that? Oh, we already said catch them at hello. Don't forget to stage the home. Don't forget about your curb appeal. Part of that hello is understanding who would be the potential buyer. Get your professional photos, tell a story, highlight the
One thing on the photos and the drones, an additional one is twilight shots.
Oh,
I think they
yes.
can be super powerful. They're very attractive. My philosophy before was to tend to kind of hold those off for like higher end or higher priced or luxury listings. I mean, these days I feel like you could use it. I think it's very attractive.
anything.
And with the market tightening a little bit and you want as much, attractiveness on your listing, twilight shots.
Don't overlook a good pressure washing or power washing either. It makes a difference. Even if and carpet, like actually vacuuming and having the lines, it shows up on pictures differently.
I'm glad you said showing up on pictures. My big thing is also the landscaping, right? Yes, we talk about keeping it clean and new mulch and yada yada, but the biggest one to me is making sure in your shots you can actually see the home nicely.
Yes.
Right?
Not trees right in front of the
Yes,
house.
that's my big thing is making sure your seller trims the trees. So in your photos, the house looks attractive and you're not looking at a bunch of trees in half the house.
And just because your photographer provides you with 50 images doesn't mean you need to use all 50 of those images. Choose the one that's congruent with your story. And in your description, your agent marketing description or whatever public description, you don't have to restate what the house already has, 4 bedrooms, 5 this. You could, but you don't have to. Use this time to capture the audience, right? Okay, so there's some things. Creative ways to market. Now this is online, right? So creating a landing page that excites the people. People think that this has kind of gone away. but more and more people are finding their homes online. So if you have a dedicated landing page for that home that doesn't have to have MLS type rules on there, right? It can help you to highlight your story.
Sure. Easy way to do that now with our new updated websites is that we've actually done away with having to create your own landing pages. Most of the time they were being used on listings like the example we're giving. So you can actually pull up the listing on your branded website, right? And then use that URL as the landing page for that listing. Okay. The cool thing about it now is that now if they were to then go around and go look at anything else, guess where they are? They're on your website. Okay, so you get to capture all of that activity and whatnot, right? So that's the benefit of pulling up a listing on your branded website and using it as the landing page.
All right, so tap into your email marketing power. Email is not obsolete. I love how the DS team does this. For every listing that they have, they send it out to everybody who has done business with them before, all of their friends and everything else. Email blasting is still very powerful because when people are looking, they're going to open that email. So don't forget about that. If you're afraid of that, start with a small group of people, folks who have already shown support for the things that you're doing, but blast it out via email. Command does do that for you. You just have to set it and let it run, okay? So email blast that listing. The minute you put a listing up on MLS, they say, hey, do you want us to create you a marketing package? You can utilize their marketing package. So for those of you who said, I'm not good with technology and design, great, it's already made for you. Okay, you can also go into not RPR, but the other one, and it creates a listing package. And then also Command creates that package for you. And you just send that information out. So don't miss it. As a matter of fact, it's like each one of these things should be a check mark. Do them all because it's in combination that these things have a greater power. Okay. In sales, they say you have to touch somebody 7 times.
Well, I'm glad you said
something
touch somebody 7 times. Some of these activities, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. If you're blasting out an email to an email with the listing on it, guess what? You're also touching your database. That's another touch.
Right.
And the cool thing about doing it in a tracking system like Command or anything like it is that you're going to be able to see all the activity that's happening, right? It's a data game and we're a big player in that. So you can see who's actually opened up and looked at your list.
But make it enticing. Right? The images should be enticing, the subject line should be enticing, and then the information shouldn't be belaboring, right? It should be very simple, something that makes them go to the next step. Okay. Yeah. So don't put too much into it, but it encourages the reader to want to learn more. Add some videos in there, send them to your blog, send them to the landing page. But the email blast is still powerful. All right. Want to say that one?
With the blog?
No. So you can also make it fun.
Oh, I'm not fun.
You're right about that. Okay, so don't start. Okay, so make it fun. Use GIFs and memes. Create those little things that are out there. Put those things on simple things like Instagram, TikTok. So the social media, it's easier. Or send it as a quick text, some of the GIFs. So find something simple, quirky about the property or highlighting a specific feature, and then send those out as well. And then use that to get a buzz on social media.
Okay. And to add to the fun part, gamify things, right? I love that aspect, right? Whether it's we're talking about email blasts or social media or something we're going to get into in a little bit about experiences, gamify it, make it attractive for people to actually come and see or actively participate, right? So what do we say about what do we mean by gamify? Have some kind of contest or have something that attracts, whether it's the consumer that's looking to purchase that house or even your database or sphere who could potentially pass that on to somebody and bring a consumer in.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Again, get a buzz on social media, either through the story or you do a certain sighting, and maybe you're hiding something within the house and then people who find it or whatever it is, but get a buzz on social media about the product. I'm looking at the time, so I'm moving forward.
Go for it.
Including partnering with a local micro influencer. Who's an influencer within that neighborhood or that community that you can partner with to create a bigger buzz, right? So find somebody. Being an influencer is the thing now. So if you're not an influencer, find somebody else. Or if you are an influencer, partner with another influencer. and have them help you to create more buzz on that. Influencers are not just about fashion and everything. You have some people who are tax influencers. You have some people who are investing influencers. So find whoever the avatar of the people who are going to be there, find an influencer that's going to assist with that and blog about it. Blog about your experience, blog about the home, blog about, you could take a feature like an outdoor feature that the home has, and you can create a blog on top 10 colors that go well with, I don't know, outdoor seating. I don't know. Right? And you can share that blog in an email marketing too. Okay. What can you do offline? So from an offline standpoint, again, using storytelling to sell a lifestyle, not just the home. I'm looking at Linda sometimes because we just went through one, right? That we looked at that home and you could tell within that picture that this home is screaming for a specific lifestyle. So tell the story about that lifestyle so that that person can say, I see myself in that house. Attract attention with unexpected gimmicks. 'Tis the season for a lot of unexpected gimmicks, right? Halloween is coming up. If you celebrate that, don't celebrate that. Go beyond just your traditional yard sign. Use something else to call their attention to beckon them to come to that home.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So this can segue even into open houses, right? Where experiences and events, right? Focus on experiences and events. Make it an experience or make it an event. It doesn't have to be an open house. For those that think that open houses, don't work or whatnot, let me tell you something, they're absolutely back. Now, every listing can be different, right? Every listing has, different activity, yet what we're seeing more and more of is that there's increasing activities in the open house. Now you got to be mindful of how you're attracting it, being purposeful about when you post the open house, the marketing you're doing behind the open house. You will see in some cases, we're seeing more activity coming into the open house than we are showings themselves. All right.
So
go ahead.
You can leverage a couple of these things with that. So let's say there's a local restaurant that everybody loves their tacos, right? Then on Taco Tuesday, you host an open house and you have partnered with that business to have those tacos at that open house. You don't even call it an open house. You just do a pop-up, a restaurant pop-up at this location. And it's your open house. For Taco Tuesday. Or use any other unusual day that they have. National Sibling Day. Create memories with your sibling and you have a photo op at your open house. Right? So get creative and utilize what's already out there that already has people's eyes on it. Hashtag National Sibling Day. And you're offering, partnering up with the local photographer, sibling pictures. Right? 'Tis the season for that. A local park, a dog, whatever, dog parks, all of those things are helpful.
And for those of you, especially the newer ones that are thinking, oh, well, that's, there's a lot of, finance or financial, there's a financial aspect to that. It doesn't necessarily have to be about spending money, right? If you find and partner with the business, a local business and say, hey, if I brought you clients, would you give a discount to the clients that I brought you? Right? Hey, how about do you mind if I give away a 20% discount for your services? How many local businesses do you think are going to say no to that? No, don't bring me business at a 10% discount or a 20% discount. Every single one of those is going to say yeah, right? Just you got to get creative in this market.
All right, we're right at our time. I'm actually a little behind. Any questions or any suggestions? LaDonna, are you still there? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Did you have something?
Oh, I just had a testimonial, and I think it's worthwhile for a time like this where we are challenged with these markets. The notice on transparency and having the tough conversation up front. So I started out, the listing was high and the paint colors were personal, if you will. And we had an understanding right up front that those colors may be a problem. Long story short, we sat for a couple of weeks. She neutralized the home, modestly adjusted the price down because we had no showings. We got one showing and we have an offer now. and we're about to go under contract
Praise God.
because
I love
we
it.
had agreement, we had that tough conversation. You may have to do this, right? She really didn't want to spend the money. But when we came back to it, realizing no showings, we got plenty of views. So why aren't people showing? And the first people that showed up came back, and we have an offer in hand today. So my point, have the tough conversation, have it up front, and have a strategy.
Matter of fact, make sure your part of your tough conversation up front is, what do we do if the home doesn't sell in X amount of days? Already tell them what the plan is. So when it comes to that time frame, they've already agreed and signed off to that plan. Okay.
Yeah, be that counselor, be that consultant. It's more important than ever.
So some of our counselors and consultants here is our Allied Business Partners. So let's bring them up.
Oh, I wanted to still talk.
It's time to go.
Time to go.
And briefly, because I want to make sure we get our lunch sponsor up here too.
Yeah.
Get up here.
How can you help, and how can we
So
help?
how I can help is talk about FIRPTA. So if anyone knows what FIRPTA means, it's the Foreign Investment in Real Estate Property Tax Act. So what does that mean to you guys? Do you know if you go on a listing appointment, you need to ask them if they are a let's see, non-resident alien. Basically means a foreign person, because what will happen to that person at closing is we will withhold 10 to 15% and send to the IRS for capital gains. And they'll be really mad if you hold 10 or 15% of their capital gains for no reason, like, what are you didn't tell me that or whatever. So you guys want to be the experts and find out ahead of time if they are citizens of the United States, or just get their ID, and we can go from there. You can always look on our website at patenttitle.com, or you could just call our office and ask them, and we can walk you through the process of finding out what qualifies as a foreign person or not, because the buyer is actually going to be the withholding party. We withhold it, but the buyer's responsibility is to take that money and pay those taxes. So it's a good idea to know ahead of time when you're in a listing agreement, to know ahead, because I think there's isn't there a form or something you guys need to add to the listing agreement? So if you guys don't do that or don't know that, it could become a problem. So that's all I got to. Oh, I'm Melissa, by the way, Melissa Lima, downstairs at Patent Title. For the new people, welcome. This is a great place to be, and you'll love it. I'm always available as your resource if you need anything right downstairs. If I'm not downstairs, you can find me somewhere. My card is all around here. So my fun fact is I got like 5 hours of sleep in the past 6 days. So that's my fun fact. And it's not so fun, let me tell you. That's all I got.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. So in regards to special financing on some of these potential properties that you have that are listed, all seller contributions need to be listed on the contract. And they are very specific as to how they will be delegated to the buyer. So one thing that we've talked about that a lot of the builders are doing right now is the 2-1 or 3-1 buy down opportunity. That is going to be under the guidelines of the specific loan amount, and it has to be written up in a very specific way. You need to get with a loan officer that understands how to put it on the contract so that it is applied correctly. A buy down is actual money that is put aside in the amount of the savings that the buyer will see or will actually recognize for the first 2 or 3 years of the mortgage. That money stays in an account. If they refinance that house away, that balance of what they've not used yet will be applied to the new balance when they go to refinance. So it's fairly difficult to understand, but get with a lender that's going to do that. We've got a couple of things coming up real soon. End of the year. look at the calendar, look at holidays and dates where a title company might be closed or a lender might be closed. This always happens around the holidays that people want to close on the Friday after Thanksgiving. We don't know if a title company is going to be open. Certain holidays are also treated as national holidays and won't fund. We want to make sure that you're writing contracts correctly to know that we're not going to be looking for a closing that can't happen legally. So that's one thing. There is talk, and we don't have a certainty yet, but that the new conforming loan or jumbo limit is about to go to $750,000. Person could buy a house with as little as 5% down, a house price just under $800,000, and still be able to get a loan done. $800,000 house with 5% down. That's not a lot of money. So one thing to consider, these guys here as sponsors today, the CertaPro, will you all bill or invoice a seller at closing if they close and have their house painted?
Yes.
It's a fantastic opportunity if you've got a house that really needs some updating paint wise, just like Nimesh had mentioned. They can get it done. You've got a great looking house. You can find a buyer for it because they can't see through the paint. And these guys will collect the money if your seller doesn't have the money to pay them at closing. So that's another way to consider making this deal happen for you. We're here to help. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, guys, come on up. All right, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the energy here. I think what I heard is that you need to have haunted open houses. That really sets you guys apart. My name is Mark Potts. I'm the owner of CertaPro Painters in Missouri City. This is Kevin. He's my chief estimator. I want to thank Barbara for helping us get this started today. And we have a spread here from Jason's Deli, so I hope you guys enjoy that as well. So I know we're running behind and we're here for a good time, not a long time. So on your table is a card, and we'll pass these out. It has just some tips to make a fabulous first impression when you're selling a house. So guys, how long does it take to make a first impression? 7 seconds. 7 seconds. So there's a couple of tips that are really budget friendly that if somebody's selling a house, they can do. Just some things that I think can really make a difference pretty quickly and for really budget friendly. So the first one is to pressure wash or soft wash the house, the driveway, the sidewalks, and of course the front entryway. Make sure that the house is free of all the dirt daubers and any sort of nests, you know, kind of make it look real clean. Painting the front doors. Zillow has a study that says if you paint your front door black, it'll increase the selling price of the house. Anybody want to guess what that number is? Over $6,000. Now, I'm not sure if I believe it. I should charge a whole lot more for painting front doors black. But they have a study out there, and, you know, as you guys know, when you're trying to do marketing, you take every piece of whatever you can get. So yeah, painting a front door, or you guys have seen homes that need to be where the front door needs to be refinished if they're, you know, if they're facing the sun. That can be anywhere from $350 to $700, depending on the size of those doors. Repairing any cracks in brick and stucco inside the house. Especially, you know, you don't want those inspectors to see any cracks inside the house, any signs of settling, any wood rot, anything like that. You want to get that taken care of before people come and see the house for the first time. And then if you really need to, we can paint the entire house, and we can help out with that. And then inside the house, there's certain rooms that you always want to make pop. The foyer is the first one. The kitchen, people spend a lot of time in their kitchens, and one of the easiest ways to refresh a kitchen is to paint the cabinets. And the master bedroom, of course, the homeowners spend a lot of time in those master bedrooms. So that's it. These are some budget friendly ways to make a great first impression. We'd love to help you out at CertaPro Painters in Missouri City. My contact information is on the handout, and go Astros this evening. And thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. All right. All right. Well, appreciate y'all being here, right? Remember, we're in a skill-based market. You got to be that consultant. hone in on your skills, think outside the box.
And leverage the people and the things that you have.
Good deal. Enjoy
Have a good one.
your Wednesday. See y'all tomorrow at Agent Financials.